Welcome back to another episode of the Yanadameen Godcast.
Yep.
I am Lord Jamar.
And I am Rah Digga.
And we back for another week, another building session.
Another one.
With the people.
Hey, people.
Today's math is culture freedom. Okay, culture is one's way of life. When you live according to your true way of life, to your true nature, it allows you to be free. It frees your dome. It frees your mind.
Freedom.
Yeah. So that's what culture freedom is all about. So live your true nature on this day. Peace.
Peace.
All right. So we back.
What's up, God?
How you be, sister?
I'm good.
How was your week?
My week's been fantabulous, man. I've been doing all type of things.
Okay.
I got to see you along with others at the
Okay.
at the Art of Rap at NJ Pack right here in my hometown,
Holla.
City.
Okay, I've been promoting that show now for a few weeks.
And now it's done.
Yeah, now it's done.
Killed it.
Thank you for coming out and supporting.
Word.
You know, they played us on the time. They only gave us like 20 minutes or some shit like that.
I think everybody was getting chopped. All it takes is one late person, and then it just creates a domino effect. Because I heard EPMD riffing about their time getting chopped, too.
We can't do all the shit we need to do in that little bit of time. Like, we got too many songs. And then, you know, if we wanted to have the luxury to, you know, bring a queen like yourself out on the stage, they're not giving us time to do that. But
unfortunately, I don't think no time is ever enough. When you're dealing with a lineup of legends like that, it's like you guys have 20 plus years of discography. Like, no time limit is ever going to be enough.
This is true. I was hoping to bring the people some footage of the show, but unfortunately, you know, I gave the camera to my man, and, you know, he'll fuck up a shit sandwich. So basically, when I went to look at the footage and I looked at the card, it's just a bunch of black shit on the card. Yeah. Shout out Exact Mind. Peace, guy.
Well, anybody
You're getting a shout out right now, guys.
With some cell phone footage, you know, sitting on over.
Yeah, I'm sure we can cobble together some IG shit or whatever the case may be. So, you know, we go through the comments, y'all.
Absolutely.
And don't think we're not listening to the people.
Absolutely.
Let's go through a couple of them real quick.
Well, first, I'd like to shout out HGCapparel.com for that Black by Popular Demand hoodie. A lot of folks were inquiring about where did I get that hoodie from.
Okay,
so that is a black owned and operated business, and she's a woman. So
and we love that here at the Godcast.
That's right. So definitely, and they're actually having a sale in honor of Black Panther, in the honor of Black History Month. Should be a whole year spirit. Definitely support that movement. They popular in the 90s, and they're research making a nice little comeback. So, well, I'm bringing them back. So I don't know who else is bringing them back. I'm bringing them back.
Don't.
Not that Black ever went out of style, but you know.
Real quick, I want to shout out Metaphysician, my man on IG who filmed our IG live last week.
Okay. Sent that footage over?
Yeah, I said, one of y'all, I need y'all to record this motherfucker and send it. Y'all gonna do that, right? And, you know, before the show was even over, Metaphysician sent the IG footage to the website.
Shouts out to you.
I want to shout Metaphysician out. But real quick,
wait, actually, another comment. A couple of people were like, "Hey, Rah, why don't you wear your real hair?" So I just want y'all to know, like, weaves and braids and things like that, that's just a matter of convenience. It doesn't have anything to do with, you know, being scared or you know, not wanting to be my real self. So here's to you guys.
Holla.
This is all real Rah Digga hair.
Look how she's fluffing and bouncing it.
It's not permed. It's not weave.
What?
That is all for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, shit.
Had to just throw that out there.
And it's flowing and bouncing.
Hold up. And I got a bone to pick with all of y'all.
Whoa.
All of y'all nigglets that was in this room last week. Nobody told me that I had lipstick on my teeth.
Well, see, I don't see. I'm not looking in that direction.
Okay.
If anything, we might blame that on Alex because Alex is looking right in your face, and I did not see no.
The clapback is gonna be so real. Watch. By next week, I'm gonna have my whole gay glam squad up in here like, boo.
Whoa.
Look at him back.
Now you get a little crazy.
I'm like, stop the tape, because Miss Digga has to be fabulous.
She got some shit on her teeth.
Oh my goodness, who I'm gonna get you?
Well, listen, real quick, I need to shout out the first of the Yanadameen Godcast patrons. Okay, we on Patreon.com, and Patreon.com is a place where you can you can make a pledge to the show because, first of all, okay, I got a slight bone to pick with you because you talking about, we got budgets up in this bitch. Oh. like, let's not make the people think, it's all gravy. They done got a check now from somewhere and look at the whole new set. Nah, we doing this on our own. Like, this is still budget. This is our budget out the pocket and from the people and the donations of the people. So I want to shout out our first 10 patrons that we have. Shout out to Patty Amon, Alfred Bratcher, Dub, Stephen Cherry, Brycelon Mosley, Bowie Enders, B. Barnett, Norvell Edwards, Denise Pinkney, and the Gas Report Show. Shout out to y'all for supporting and pledging to the Yanadameen Godcast.
Thank you.
We applaud you. We not taking any of this money and fucking it off. We obviously putting it into the production of what we're doing and striving to raise the quality of what we do from week to week. Right. As we said, this is a work in progress, and we appreciate you taking this ride with us.
Word.
So...
Any more comments? Oh, wait. There was a funny comment.
What's that?
You know what? Let me stop with all the jokes and stuff.
No, I love the funny comments.
But this one particular comment, somebody said, Jamar, be careful. Digga could possibly be a industry plant sent to convert you. I'm like, wow, really? It's like that?
It'll take a lot.
I promise. I promise I'm not an industry plant.
To convert me. Well, first of all, how do we sound this week? Do you notice anything different? We got our headphones on this week. Now, notice that we're rocking some headphones by Panasonic. And these are not Beats headphones. You know why? Because we ain't got no Beats money in this motherfucker.
Right. Message.
So now y'all want to buy us some Beats? Them was about $300 a piece.
Something like that.
But I don't need no Beats, to be honest. I'm just saying, like, I be seeing a lot of these other podcasts. They got their motherfucking Beats. So if you want your number one podcast, host to have some Beats too, well, by all means, send us some Beats. The big ones, the studio joints. That's right. Anyway, this week in review, real quick. News-wise, you know what I'm hearing a lot about right now?
What's that?
And I knew that this was coming. It's gun control.
Oh, yeah.
Gun control. And if you notice, after every so-called shooting, school shooting, and all the case may be, the immediate thing that they go to right after that is gun control. So now I know a lot of people like me watch this show, and they have to question, and yeah, I'm going to say it, is a lot of this shit some false flag shit. Is a lot of this shit that they say is happening really some false flag bullshit to try to push certain laws onto the books. Now, the reason why I say this is, think about all the school shootings, right? Mm-hmm. So there was supposedly 18 since the top of the year. Did you know that? Yeah.
18?
18, that was the 18th one in Florida.
In Florida. Oh, okay.
Since the beginning of this year.
Wow, we're only 2 months in.
Now,
it's crazy.
Here's the thing. Why is it we never see any victims? Why is it we never see not one person bloodied? And not that I want to see victims, but hold up. How many times are we as black people forced to look on the evening news and watch one of us get murdered down? One of us get shot down and murdered on primetime news. How many times have we seen that? Multiple times. But yet when the white people go and go Rambo on their own fucking people, I can't get one fucking picture of a fucking motherfucker with a Band-Aid? Nothing? Are you serious? Think about it. We saw brothers laying dead in the street for an hour or so. But I don't see one body of none of these so-called...
I was going to say because they're children, but no, because we have children murdered too.
Listen. Listen. We know about crisis actors. We know about false flags. We know about certain things that they'll put out there in order to push certain agendas. You know, and right now it's all about this gun control, which really affects white people because black people, we don't have legal guns anyway. I don't know no niggas that's walking around with legal guns, but we got mad guns.
But they're fighting to tighten up the gun control laws. Well,
right.
The actor, I ain't gonna say actors, the people in those situations, and it's
the white people with guns that are going crazy about this. Because
I'm about to say, or on the flip side of that, you have the people that are saying, yeah, this is the reason why we need more guns and we need more arms. Well, that in the beginning, that was the narrative, that we need more guards and people in the school with armed security. But then they had them, and they said they didn't go into the scene, like they didn't go confront the attackers. So well, did you hear Trump? So that's the issue.
Says he thinks that the motherfucking teachers should have straps on them and have guns, and that some of these security guards was pussy because they didn't run inside when the shit was popping off
Trump,
and all of that. Like as if this nigga would have did some shit.
You got to hit the mute button on Trump. Like he's one of those people you just have to mute. He's the president. It's unfortunate we got to mute the president, but you got to mute him.
Like, let me tell you, I've been around many a shootout in my life, okay? And your instinct is to not go
the
towards
opposite direction.
The fucking gunfire.
Well, that's black people instinct.
The opposite way.
That's black people instinct. I don't know. I'm not too sure about others, but
calmly.
We go the other way.
You want to go calmly, though. Calmly and confidently, but you're not going to go towards it. Like, that's some white people. Well, yeah, maybe that is some white people.
That's what I said.
You know, in the movies, they be like, hey.
I hear a strange noise.
What's that fucking noise up in the attic? Hey, let me go check on
Somebody's car is backfiring.
Yeah, let me go see what's happening. Oh, shit, I just got myself fucking killed. Yeah, so I'm just saying, let's not take things on face value. You know, if they really cared about school shootings and all this type of shit, then they just focus on that and wouldn't be so quick to like turn this into a political issue every fucking time.
Why don't they put metal detectors in some of these
like
schools?
They do it in the black people schools.
They do it in black schools in a heartbeat. I don't know why they have yet to install them in white schools.
We have suffered the indignity of metal detectors since the 80s, I'd say, since the mid-80s.
Elementary
I remember when metal detectors first started coming into schools. Right. And it was like, damn, is it that real?
Right.
And really, you know, that was like knives and shit.
I was about to say, for like the one kid that tried to smuggle in a knife.
And listen, some of us was bringing little guns and shit to school or whatever.
But it wasn't to shoot up the school. It was you had beef. You had a situation with a particular
niggas
somebody.
Might get shot outside,
right.
But it wasn't like you're gonna come to school and shoot up
and
the
just
whole
go Rambo
school.
on your
like,
class.
Who even thinks of that shit? Like That's some real insane shit. Like, we don't think like that. But they try to criminalize us in such a point where, first of all,
That's
our
the side
school
effects of all
surroundings
that
look
Ritalin.
like a prison. Then they got you coming to school with motherfucking metal detectors and shit. We got real police in a lot of in a lot of the schools in the city.
Right.
But now here you got these white people coming to school with AR-15s and fucking, you know, like I said, 18 school shootings since the beginning of the year, and one of them was black people doing this shit. So why the fuck you don't treat these motherfuckers like criminals?
Where are the metal
terrorists
detectors?
And all this other bullshit? We know why.
Anyhow,
yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Any other things this week?
the Warriors. Shout out to the Golden State Warriors. So you know there was that whole thing with them turning down the invitation to the White House, and then Trump had took a shot at Curry, or took a shot at the whole team and said, "Y'all are uninvited." They're like, huh, "We didn't want to go. We didn't want to come anyway."
Fuck yeah.
So they have officially decided to tour the African American Museum in Washington, D.C. instead of the White House. So big ups to the Warriors for taking that stance and really bringing attention to that museum. I myself have not been. I'm ashamed to say so. I've passed through DC many a times, and just like the schedule and like the waiting list sometimes is so crazy to get up in there. Like, you really gotta book it in advance. So I hope to go see that one day, and the Warriors are on their way, so I'm looking forward to seeing some pics on social media with them from the museum.
That's what's up, man. I like, I like that we're coming to a time when, I mean, it's not all about athletes and celebrities doing stuff, but I just remember growing up at a time when
just black pride.
Yeah, and also when we had athletes that would take a stand about some shit that they truly believed in.
That's right.
Muhammad Ali gave up his title in order to protest the Vietnam War and to stand behind what he believed in, because the Nation of Islam didn't believe in fighting for this country, so he said he wasn't going to do that.
That's right.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was another one that really stood by his principles and his morals and just, refused to, kowtow to certain things. So for these guys,
and we see it today, but with Colin Kaepernick and so many other athletes, rallying behind him,
and for them to not be so, starstruck and all. I want to go to the fucking White House someday. They like, fuck the White House. If the White House represents some bullshit, which it always has, though, we should have never really been all, hyped to go to the White House in the first place. But better late than never. Better late than never. I'm glad we seeing shit like this.
Well, everything comes full circle. There was a time, I know, when I was coming up, there was so much focus and attention on social consciousness and things that really affected our community, and it seems like it's coming. Well, first it was Woodstock, then it went to that, and I feel like for the past, maybe for the past generation or so, we've been complaining about the young rappers and artists just focused on drugs and sex, and it was kind of like they were going through their own little Woodstock. And now past the Woodstock, now we're moving back into civil rights and just that whole woke and conscious vibe. So let's see. Let's keep this thing going. Maybe who knows? Maybe we'll get a 2018 Public Enemy rap group out of one of these little rap cats. Hey,
I mean,
one can hope.
These are the times. I mean, certain times are supposed to create the music.
That's
the music is supposed to reflect the times.
It's supposed to be art imitating life.
And we are in a very political time, so for us to not address this in our music is almost unnatural.
Right.
So speaking of music.
I
think you and I can be called hip-hop aficionados.
Absolutely. Purists.
ones that
hip hop junkies, rap nerds.
know, what the fuck we're talking about,
That's
basically, when it comes to this hip hop shit. So I'd like to get on our Siskel and Ebert shit right now.
Okay.
And we're gonna, do some album reviews real quick.
Okay.
We got 2 albums I'd like to talk about. The first one, which is all over the internet right now, which everybody, I'm seeing this guy every fucking show. He's doing every interview. He's just all over the place right now. And that's my man Nipsey Hussle.
Shouts out Nipsey.
Shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
And I've been following him from the beginning.
With his new album, Victory Lap. Okay, now first of all, I didn't know that this is actually his first album.
Because he's been around so long.
Everything that he's been doing thus far was fucking mixtape shit.
Mixtapes. Well, that's the thing now. I think they got these artists so, so conditioned to focus on like sales and things and they make the artist scared to actually just drop albums. So they preface it as a mixtape in the event that the numbers don't do what it's supposed to do. But
right.
That's neither here nor there. What's important is this brother dropped his debut album and it's fire. And if you have not heard it, please go do so. You do yourself a favor.
Now, see what I really like about, first of all, when he speaks, I like how he speaks. I like what he has to say. I like where he comes from. He's not no weirdo fucking nigga. Like, he appears to be a real nigga to me.
Just his whole aura.
Yeah, and it's like,
black man.
Yeah, but still street.
Oh yeah.
You can tell he's about his business and all of that, but he's definitely cerebral. He's definitely got a plan about what he's doing. When I listen to this album and I listen to the production, I listen to the lyrics.
Shout out to Mike and Keys. They produced the whole album.
Yeah, I think he said somebody else too. Some other producer.
Well, they got they're a team.
Okay.
They're a team. They used to be called the Futuristics. They actually they produce.
I know he said Mike and Keys, and he mentioned somebody else.
Yeah, there's like some other tracks that have co-producers.
Yeah, but mainly they're the main producers, right?
Right, they're the executive producers.
What I like about this album is, we all know Nipsey's from the West Coast, and he's on his gangbanging shit and all of that. And the music reflects it. The music sounds West Coast, but at the same time...
very melodic.
But at the same time, it's updated.
Yeah.
I hear certain shits with the basses and all that type of shit that he's doing the new shit, but still...
He has an old soul.
But he's still giving a nod to where he came from.
Right.
And see, I think that's very important for a lot of artists to do.
Absolutely.
I see Kendrick try. He tries to do it too with his music.
Absolutely. It's funny you should bring Kendrick up too, because when you talk about like artists nowadays, and I don't like to label rappers as conscious. You can just be an artist with a stream of consciousness.
Right.
So, it doesn't make you a backpacker or a conscious rapper. But when you hear artists referenced in that element, the go-tos are Kendrick and J. Cole. But there's so many artists who are really, trying to preach that word, and they're not getting, they're not getting enough recognition. Everyone just focuses on like the go-tos like Kendrick, but Nipsey is very much giving you that.
First of all, he references Dr. Sabi, okay, in one of his songs. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dr. Sabi, rest in peace, was a brother for many years who was curing cancer, curing AIDS, curing all kinds of diseases through natural herbs
and food
and cleansing, and actually Left Eye.
He had a healing village in Honduras, the same village that Left Eye was visiting when she passed.
Exactly. This man has affected many people's lives. I've seen firsthand. I had a friend of mine who had like stage 4 cancer. you know, and when he found it, it was stage 4. So the doctors are telling him all this bullshit or whatever. I turned him on to Dr. Sebi. And I mean, this man was, you know, I was on the phone with him and he could hardly talk.
He also has
after
a
the
clinic
Dr.
in California,
Sebi's,
too.
after he took the Dr. Sebi, my man was feeling good, bounced back and all of that. But the hospital didn't really want him. They didn't know that he was taking this. So he was able to leave the hospital and all that. But then unfortunately he got some water on his lungs. Went back to the hospital. They gave him whatever the fuck they gave him.
I believe it.
Bypassed the Dr. Sebi's and he passed away. Rest in peace, my man Star. But yeah, for this guy to reference Dr. Sebi and talk about he uses his products, that just lets me know that
where he's at.
Yeah, this is not your everyday fucking gangbanger.
That's
who's
right.
Just doesn't know what the fuck is going on out here. And not for nothing, like a lot of these people that they claim are gangbangers, these guys are a lot more intelligent than people give them credit for.
Absolutely. I mean, plus you gotta remember like the origins of gangbang. Remember the term gang and gangbanger, that was a stigma put on gangs from the government to make coalitions and things like that, give them a negative connotation. But originally, Black Panthers were, labeled gangbangers. Like the Crips, these
Yeah, they
gangs
came out of a lot of that stuff.
Right. Like they actually started to help the community and things of that nature. So, I think a lot of that really says a lot to him, and he's acknowledging, he's repping his set, but at the same time, he's letting us know he ain't no dummy, and his music reflects it.
Well, some of the standout joints
I got
on the
a lot
album,
of them.
Some of the standout joints for me, Rap Niggas.
Oh, I think that's my favorite.
That might be I am
think
nothing
that's my
like
favorite.
you rap niggas.
I think that's my favorite.
That's a fact,
Yo,
nigga.
He sound like he came out of the gutters of the Bronx somewhere on that record. He is letting it be known. I love like aggressive getting at niggas. That's always my preference. Like he getting at motherfuckers in that record. Shouts out to Nips on that one.
Rap Niggas, Blue Laces 2.
Yep, I got Blue Laces because that's the song he references Dr. Sebi.
And Hustle and Motivate. That's another bomb one where he took the Jay-Z, the Hard Knock Life sample, slowed it down, and yeah, he got a video for that, and all the video's hard too.
Okay.
You got any other ones on your list?
I like Last Time to be honest, this album is this is really one of those albums where you're not gonna fast forward. There might be one or two depending on what mood you in, but you definitely can get through the whole album without fast forwarding. I like Last Time I Checked featuring YG.
Oh, absolutely.
He's talking his shit again.
Absolutely.
I
heard those two got a whole project coming out together.
They sound good together on that track. I'm interested to hear that. Status Symbol, I like. Featuring Buddy. That one's kind of wavy. He's like almost forgot what I was doing. Also, I like Status Symbol too. That's more like of a vibe. That's like one of his wavy joints. But I was riding the wave, man. I was definitely riding the wave. The production, I think, was what I like most about that track. But shouts out to Mike and Keys, yo. The
whole shit is solid.
The production is amazing. It almost put me in the mindset of like a Rick Ross album. Like I felt like I get the same like vibe that I get when I listen to like the Maybach music joints.
Well, Rick Ross always has quality albums.
Right. It's just stellar, musical composition. Like I love that. And definitely get that with Nipsey's album.
Yeah, I think this is a well put together album.
Cohesive,
and he has bars, but they're like effortless bars. Like it doesn't seem like he's trying too hard to be like this whole...
It's not trying to be extra complex. He's just spoon feeding you.
Right, but he's saying fly shit though. Like without trying to be all flipping a style all fucking crazy and shit.
Right.
I like that about him.
Absolutely.
Now, what would we give this album? Now keep in mind, we don't just throw fucking 10s and shit around like that. Like, and I don't care, we could really like some shit and we can know people and all of that, but I want us to keep a very high standard when we start throwing these numbers out here. And we're going to go from 1 to 10. And so in the future, when we're reviewing people's albums, like, understand, you know, we might fucking be making or breaking people by rating this shit, but we need to keep it real. Like, when people listen to us, they got to say, I think that is they kept it real with the number. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
regardless if you're our friends.
All of that. Like, what I'm saying is, yeah, we're not just throwing 10s around like they fucking candy and shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that being said, realistically, what do you think your man Nipsey Hussle's, what do you think this album lands at?
Wow. Well, I want to give him a 10. I'm going to give him a 9. It deserves a 10. I'm going to give him a 9 only because I wish there were more joints like Rap Niggas on there. I wish he could have gave me like 2 more of those. Like 3 more of those. Because you're dealing with an album with 16 joints on it. And, you know, the album is groovy, but there's like 1 or 2 that really had me like, But that's my personal preference. Like, I like the aggression. So I'm going to say, from my personal taste, I'm giving it a 9 only because there wasn't enough aggression. But as far as message, production, bars, everything else is definitely a 10.
It's crazy hearing a woman say,
not aggressive.
there wasn't enough aggression. Like
he's a little too smooth for me. I just need a shit hair more aggression.
A shit hair.
A shit hair.
Cut hair more.
More decibel of aggression.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, 10 to me is very like, man, that's like crazy, you know. Dr. Dre, Chronic, Nation of Millions, To Hold Us Back, PE, Criminal Minded, BDP, you know. Illmatic. So that being said, I'll probably give this album, I'll give it a strong 8.5 maybe.
Okay.
8.5. And let me just tell you, for me, that is fucking great.
That's great.
Like, my standards are very high, and I just want people to be like, you know what? Next album, I'm gonna get that nigga Lord Jamar to say 10. You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I want niggas to feel inspired. Like, don't get upset if I don't say a 10. Motherfucker, make me say 10 next time. You did? So I'm gonna give that. Yeah, I'm gonna give him an 8.5. I'll give him an 8.5. And that's great. So 8.5, 9.
Okay.
I don't know what that averages out to in math. You know,
8.75.
Yeah. There you go.
Mathematician.
The mathematician just did it for us real quick.
Oh, good job though, Nipsey.
So yeah,
absolutely, definitely enjoyed
solid
this
album,
and
I encourage y'all. I encourage Godcasters, because I'm gonna listen to this on my own leisure time. Like, I'm not gonna listen to it just because we said we're gonna review some shit. Like,
no,
I would listen to this in my real life.
That's right.
And if I do that, then you got some shit on your fucking hands. So shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Now, another album that I think that I want to review real quick that may not be getting the same light that Nipsey's album is getting right now, but that is a very solid album, and I know we are both a fan of this young man, and that's my man Roc Marci's
my
new
brother,
album.
my flip mode brother from another mother.
RR2, which is Rosebud's Revenge 2, The Bitter Dose. I just love that. I just love saying that. The Bitter Dose.
I love his album titles. I love everything.
Yeah, that shit is just so hard. RR2, The Bitter Dose, nigga. Take that. That shit is bitter.
Yo, Roc is like, I call his music criminal jazz. Like it to me, he really birthed that style. Like he's really like the godfather of just.
Well, he helped to birth a lot of people. Speaking of birth, like,
absolutely.
You know, a lot of people have come through that Roc Marci door and
absolutely
been able to, you know, make moves. Action Bronson, Westside Gun, Conway,
right?
You know, shout out Brownsville Ka.
Godfather Roc.
Yeah, yo, I fucked with Roc hard.
And he was part of Flip Mode.
Okay.
He's all over Dirty Harriet.
Okay.
Word.
So that being said,
if you're not familiar, get familiar.
Right. So let's talk about the album. I mean, for me, as soon as the motherfucker come on, like
Respected.
the first joint respected.
It's always even
you got me.
Even the first joint.
You had me at respected.
From the Reloaded album, like he all of his albums always just start with that bam, and he did it again with this one. This might be like I had a lot of I would say out of all Roc Marci's projects, I think Reloaded probably had the most like playback for me. Like I think I still always gravitated towards that album.
Okay.
This album could possibly replace that for me. This album could possibly replace that.
This is definitely a strong album.
Dope. From top to bottom.
Another song I really love, and I know we both love this song, is Bohemian Grove.
Oh yeah.
Featuring Knowledge. Peace to the God.
Word. Shouts out to Knowledge.
Bohemian Grove.
Hard
as a motherfucker. And he always make dope songs with Knowledge. Like I like those two together whenever I see them do their little videos and all that type of shit. Like they just a nice little combination.
Think we can get an album from a collaboration album from him? I'm sure. That's easy.
Yeah, that's enough.
Y'all might as well just
You might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Long Island, Freeport, Hempstead. Another one I like.
I think we've got like the same records.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my shit. Yeah, that's my shit too.
I like the sauce.
The sauce. Yeah.
The sauce. That reminds me of a
quirky.
Brownsville Ka type of joint. Those dark.
Shouts out to Kai.
Yeah, quirky, but like hard and like, and that's a dope one. And one of my last standouts is 67 Lobby.
Okay.
67 Lobby. You got, if you don't remember that joint, go back and listen to 67 Lobby.
No, I remember. I think that's
that shit hard as fuck too.
See, I like Muse. I like what he's saying in Muse. Like I think those were probably my favorite bars on the project.
And the sample's real smooth.
Yeah.
Sample's like, hey baby.
That's why I call it criminal jazz. Like
wow, baby.
It's like this is the music you listen to when you're trying to find your zen right before you go do a jukes. Like you want to find your balance and your chi, balance your chakra, and then you can ready to go kill somebody.
Right.
Criminal jazz.
So what do we give Roc Marci? Now we love this man and you know, he's family to us, but like I said, you know, nobody gets preferential treatment up here. We keep it real at all times. That's the only way that people's gonna respect our opinion. So
okay.
What do we give this album?
Now, I'm going to set aside my personal bias because I actually, you know, I listened to Roc's album with a different number of people. And one of the things that people say is they feel like it's the same thing over and over again. Like he's a one-trick pony, but he does that trick so well that you don't mind. Like with Roc Marci, you're not going to get a lot of inflection. You know, you're not going to get different styles and variations of tracks and things of that nature. Like you're just gonna get some, you're just gonna get a flow and a vibe, that same thing all the time. With that being said, he's the motherfucking best to ever do that shit. And I'm gonna give him a 9.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a 9.5. I gotta reserve my 10s, but I'm gonna give him that 9.5.
Okay.
Again, this is another album that any Roc Marci album I listen to front to back without fast forwarding. He's personally one of my personal top 5 MCs out here. And when people cry about, oh, New York hip hop sounding like this and that, I'm just here to say y'all not listening to the right New York hip hop.
Right.
Because this gentleman right here, Roc Marci, he is a bona fide, exemplary example of New York hip hop. So shouts out to Roc Marci. Congrats on this album. If you ain't heard it, go cop it. Support real hip hop. 9.5 from me.
And again, like, he's another one, like, he's not on no weirdo shit. Like, he on
cool
some real nigga shit. Like, you're not gonna see this motherfucker, like, just running around acting like a fucking weirdo. Like, a lot of these fucking young boys want to act. So that being said, for me, I always love Roc Marci's lyrics. And I love the production. But if I, as a producer, really analyze the production and have to be critical, the only thing I'd say that it's missing a lot of times is that punch. Like, it seems
very mellow.
It seems like what they do a lot, they'll find dope samples that have drums already inside of it. Mm-hmm. And they'll kind of just EQ that sample to where it sounds good, but they're not putting that punch over it. They're not putting any drums or anything necessarily over it. And if they are, it's so low in the mix that it feels like it's part of the natural record. And I think we've conditioned ourselves, especially as hip-hop consumers and listeners, to expect a certain, when the beat come on, at some point it's gonna punch, it's gonna hit you, the kick, the snare, and
I'm the main one talking about aggression, and he's not an aggressive.
Sonically, it's not aggressive.
It's not aggressive sonically,
but it's aggressive emotionally.
It's sinister.
Yeah,
it's
like
sinister.
it has a
I still feel.
I like that word.
Yeah,
sinister.
I still feel that darkness. So I can, where it lacks the rah rah, I can still appreciate that that sinisterness.
Right. So for me, that lack of punch, I'm gonna have to give him a solid 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a solid 8.
You know what his beats are? It's almost like it's almost like they're ad libs to his rhymes. Like his rhymes are so stellar. It's like he just puts this music on in the background just to keep the flow.
Right.
Just to have
something to rhyme on. Right.
Yeah, like it's not necessarily about the because he's producing it himself.
But at the same time, it is kind of about the beat.
It is. Well, I'm saying for him, like his niche has been.
You know what I want to call it?
To ride a sample.
It's minimalist. It's minimalist
yes.
hip hop.
The less is more
exactly.
ideology. And it works great for him.
Nothing's wrong with that.
For him.
First of all, what made Nipsey's album a next level is that the production was a next level. He admitted that he wasn't even mixing his fucking songs prior to this.
Right.
Like on those mixtapes, he's just putting shit out. He wasn't even really mixing them. So this time they built a studio and all this type of shit. They really paid attention to the production quality and all that type of shit. I think I'd like to see Roc do an album where we raise the production quality a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's nothing against his production. You know what I mean? Because I think he's dope. But I just want to raise the sonic quality a little bit, give it a little more punch, and see if that helps people identify more with him.
Right.
Because a lot of times this is about frequency.
Absolutely. And then you have certain ears that are just conditioned for lyricism, like myself, like yours. But sometimes the average consumer won't appreciate that. Like they'll get bored with lyrics. You got people that are actually that'll tune out of the lyrics and just want to like listen to the beat. So if it's not doing a certain thing, that they'll probably lose interest in a album like that. But I definitely I think in the case of like Nipsey's album, where the production almost could possibly supersede his rhymes, I think Rock is one of those unique cases where the lyrics supersede the production. And we know and love a lot of artists like that, Nas being one of them. Like I'm always more of a fan of Nas's rhymes than the particular beats that he rhymes to. So that doesn't necessarily make or break the album. You just have to be, you just have to have that ear. Depends on what you're listening for. Like me, I'm always 100 listening for the rhymes. Like I'll figure out who made what beat later. But I want to hear what you're saying first. But there's not a lot of people like me, so definitely want to keep that in mind when you're dealing with production and stuff. But he still gets a 9.5 from me, man. But
listen, these are both dope albums in a time of a lot of bullshit.
You heard in a long time.
There's a lot of bullshit out here. So to have these two albums out here, in the mix, I'm glad to receive them. Please go out and support these two artists, because they both, on some independent shit, really. And
right on.
And we definitely support that here at the Godcast, as we are independent ourselves.
That's right.
Now, moving on.
Okay.
I don't think we've done this in a couple of weeks, so I'd like to get into the Did You Know segment.
Okay.
Now, this week's Did You Know segment, I'm going to let my sister take the floor, because I think she has something that the people need to know about.
Absolutely. Well, in honor of Women's History Month, yay, March, today's Did You Know is about famed gynecologist J. Marion Sims. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with this guy, he is a gynecologist, very famous in the 1800s. He's been honored outside of the New York Academy of Medicine. He has a statue out there. We practice a lot of his medicine techniques today. For instance, he is the guy that invented the speculum, which is what they use to open us up when we go for our OBGYN
Go up
visits.
in there and scrape around and look around and say, hey.
Yep. Now,
a lot of room in here.
What you didn't know is this guy was a racist. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, he conducted all of his medical experiments on black female slaves, tested surgeries without anesthesia because he believed that black women did not feel pain.
Wow.
So, back in August, 100 group of protesters in the Black Youth Project, they staged a protest calling for the permanent removal of his statue in New York. 4 black female members.
Wait, where was the statue?
The statue is actually right now. It's outside of the New York Academy of Medicine, I believe.
Shit.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. I mean, he established the first women's hospital in New York City, so he's honored in New York. This statue is in New York. So 4 women got together and they dressed themselves in hospital gowns and they painted the front of the gowns in red and took pictures in front of his statues to, basically to symbolize the women, the black women that were tortured due to his practices. So now they are taking the statue down. And I have a quote from Sishat Mack, who is actually the protest organizer. And she said, and I quote, "In the United States, black women are still 2 to 6 times more likely to die during childbirth than white women. The institution of reproductive health was built on the exploitation of black women, but this very institution continues to underserve black women. Memorializing white supremacy is an American problem, not just a Southern one. And it's a problem that we need to reckon with as a country." So,
wow.
Very powerful words. And this is quoted from an interview that she did in HuffPost. So basically, while we're fighting to get the Confederate flags taken down and all of these things, there are so many other things, like a statue of J. Marion Sims that we've probably walked past 100 times, had no idea who he was or what it was there for. But basically, this man was butchering our great-great-grandmas.
Well, we live in a racist fucking country. I mean, what kind of people would applaud a man like this? Like, why does he even have a statue? Like, trust me, they knew what the fuck he was doing.
Right.
Don't think like this was some shit that they didn't know about. Yet, they still felt him worthy of having a statue. And now, all these years later, the ancestors of these people are acting like, oh, my bad. Like, we need to move that. We need to take it down. But why was it even put up in the first place? Ask yourselves that. And that will answer a lot of questions about why we're treated a certain way in this fucking country.
I think it's just, it speaks a lot for the value that they place on black lives in this country, and time again, like there's always going to be, no matter how many movements we have, no matter how many people advocate and sympathize or empathize with our cause and show up to our rallies, there's always going to be a situation where, like, the real colors show. Like, hey, wait a minute now. We done took down the Confederate flag. Y'all want us to take down the guy who created the first hospital, too? Mm-hmm.
So what? He scraped a few nigger lady's stomach out and pulled the baby out while it was alive.
She was probably pregnant by massa anyway.
Yeah,
that's the
you benefited from that though. That's part of progress.
That's the mentality.
Listen, man, get the fuck out of here. Well, thank you for that. Did you know, Rah Digga? That was very informative.
Appreciate that. I'm glad you guys are heeding the word.
This week's book on our book list, I have a book, and it is called The African Origins of the Major Western Religions. Okay? The Black Man's Religion, Volume 1 by Dr. Ben. Okay? An excellent book. We talk about Christianity, we talk about Islam, we talk about Judaism, and we find that all of these things are derived from, African spiritual systems that predated these things by thousands and thousands of years. Mm-hmm. And it goes into this book. So I encourage y'all to go out, check it out. African Origins of the Major Western Religions by Dr. Ben. Great book. Peace. So now, you know what the fuck we do and how we do it. Oh, this shit charges fast. Let's get on this IG.
Okay.
And see who we got in the house. What up, y'all? Peace, peace, peace. They said peace to the God. What about the queen? What about the goddess?
Y'all don't see me sitting here?
Okay? Peace to the team. Okay?
Yes, that's Rah Digga.
Yo, is that Rah Digga?
Yeah, every week somebody gonna log on and say, "Is that Rah Digga?"
How late?
We is doing this thing every week,
your
bruh.
motherfucking ass?
Every week, huh?
Every week.
Digga.
Be here on Sundays, 7 a.m. for church. Church with the Godcast.
Word.
Now, let's see who's super fast. Oh, by the way, again, shout out to Metaphysician last week. They the ones that recorded this IG Live for us. I need y'all, when we finish this feed, to somebody record this shit for me. This is just for a backup in case we don't get it. I need you to record this feed for us. Send it to the email, Godcast@gmail, or send it to the website.
Yes, we love battle rap. We will definitely talk about battle rap.
Whatever. Hey, Carvina, I see you. She said, I'll be asleep. Well, the episode come out at 7 a.m., but, it's available forever after that.
We're Hair Mobile. Who? Hair Mobile? Hey, the real Rah Digga. Holla at me on the DM. We need some hair.
Okay. Oh, by the way, somebody made a fake Godcast IG.
Did they really?
Yeah, already.
Uh-oh.
That's not us, okay?
Oh, wow.
We'll let you know when we have the, join up.
Does that mean like we're making it? Like you've been parodied?
Come on, parody. Now we got fake IG accounts.
Hey,
like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man.
All right, so right about now, I only see like a couple of people in the queue, but hang on. Let's see who we got here. Probably some return. Oh, Carvina.
Hey, Carvina.
Carvina. She said, damn, already? Carvina, you coming in. Get ready.
Here you come, girl.
Peace. This girl be all over the world. She probably in fucking Africa or some fucker. Where you at, Carvina?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Put your camera on.
What am I doing?
Flip it in selfie mode.
I'm in selfie mode?
No, put it to selfie mode. We looking at like a ceiling or something right now.
Are you serious?
I don't see you. I hear you.
Hold on, wait
I heard the camera stopped over there.
That one stop.
I heard a beep.
hold on. I'm confused. Hold on, big bro. Let me try something different.
All right. Oh, we lost
she
her.
left us.
We lost her. Well, maybe she'll be back. Shout out to Carvina. Who's this? Dirty O. Oh, shout out Manolo Rose. I see you. God. Peace to the God. Manolo Rose, what it is.
Hey,
Peace.
what up, though?
What it do? We
good.
great.
All right.
That's what's up. Wait, what you mean you be home? You calling us from jail?
No.
Oh.
What up, nephew? He's so crazy.
I know you ain't got IG live up in the clink.
Nah, that's my nephew Bezo. What up, baby?
Oh, okay.
no, that's my nephew. Talking about he coming home to the bricks.
That's what's up. Oh, okay.
All right, baby.
Peace. All right.
All right.
One.
Peace, baby.
I think we got to switch cards real quick.
Do I?
We might need cards. Yeah, two cards for the camera.
The bricks is gonna find my ass. No, I'm like, he like, Auntie.
He's like, I'm coming home. Like, oh, he really coming home. Like,
thought he was-
to your house. I thought he's coming home from up north.
Coming to get some potato salad.
Well, damn, bro, you might not want to be on IG Live right now if you got one of them phones you done snuck up in the joint. My cousin used to do that shit.
Hey guys.
My
So
cousin
what up,
used to
Rob?
do
What
that.
up? What up?
Who do we got?
Torian. Nope.
Marcus. Peace,
Y'all.
Rahway.
Rahway in the building.
Finally,
What up,
He said, finally, I done made it to the Godcast.
Listen, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna waste your time, Lord Jamar. I wanted to ask you this question because I had got tickets for you, like when you did the Vlad drink a few years back.
Right.
I did this shorty, and I chose her over that, man. I missed out.
Ah, no good.
Listen, speaking of the white rappers, back in the day, young black teenagers, I fuck with them. But they
Oh my goodness.
on with them, and they had Public Enemy actually gave them that name, young black teenagers, and they had
Yeah.
this interview to check out. Just check out YouTube. It's called Young Black Teenagers Interview. I ain't even gonna get into too much about it, but I want you to check it out when you have some downtime. But what did you feel about them at the time when they first came out? Are you cool with them at all?
First of all, we ended up going on a fucking tour with those dudes overseas.
For real?
one time, yo. Hell yeah. That shit was weird as the fuck. Like, because I don't even know who put that together, man. But they knew, come on, we brand Nubian and you got some white dudes calling themselves the young black teenagers. That shit was like weird, like, you know what I mean? And then one of them,
Everything that you do in terms of the 5% and all that.
yeah, one of them said peace God in the song or some shit that tapped the bottle. They said something about the God, a culture cipher. And they said something about a culture cipher in there, and we used to be like, what the fuck?
That was the original shit from like, that was the shit that's going on now. They was the first group that actually did it back in the day, and that's crazy that you bring that up. And said, okay, you talk with them and stuff like that.
And you know what's real crazy, brother?
But it was overseas.
When back when it was going on back then, like, didn't it seem like it seemed real crazy and out of pocket? Isn't it amazing how it's so normalized now? Like and then when you speak out about it, like something like you're the hater, like you're bitter, like something's wrong with you, like, no, that's some weirdo shit. It was weird then and it's weird now. Fuck.
You watch House Party 2, my boy Cameron, he was in it. He's one of the members from that group. He kind of played off the whole, okay, yeah, I'm talking all this black power stuff, but yeah, I'm white. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like crazy.
Well, DJ Scribble comes from young black teenagers. You know that, right?
What's that?
DJ Scribble, he's from young black teenagers. DJ Scribble, you remember him?
I know how he went on tour and then nobody knew what they was, and then we was like, all right, was that just young black teenagers when they came out? Everybody threw tomatoes and crap bottles at them and stuff like that. But it's like, were you cool with them at all? Like, what was your reaction? You went on tour with them, like.
We was cordial. They was alright, like, you know what I mean, like.
They ain't really want to smoke.
I mean, yeah, they was alright. Like,
I will say this: if you were a white rapper back then, you were inspired by what was going on, and you got to remember, like, consciousness was the vibe back then. So it may seem weird that there were white rappers doing that, but if you wanted to participate in hip hop culture, like, that's really what we were doing. Like, that was the precedent. So, you know.
When the hell y'all gonna have Sadat X on the podcast?
he gonna be up here soon.
We about to start having guests. That's why we got this new space, so we can, make it more comfortable for the guests. It's coming.
You know what I'm saying? Telling everybody about you all. Lord Jamar, when you gonna do another Vlad TV Live? I gotta follow up on the one I missed out on. I need you to sign my vinyl records I got of you all.
Well, we might do a Yanadameen Godcast live with me and Rah Digga, so I don't know.
I need that.
That might be the next lick right there.
Set it up. I need that.
Alright, well, now that you asking for it.
I'm not even gonna take up too much of your time because I know the next person want to go ahead and get on, say what they need to say. But man, it's been like 3 years I want to ask you that question, man. I'm glad I was able to.
Oh, wow.
Man. Do that.
Like to right now, just like technology and stuff like that. I don't even use IG like that. I'm on Snapchat most of the time, but I really appreciate it.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you hitting us up, bruh. We gotta keep it moving.
What Aaron Cooks, man?
Oh, Aaron Cooks, matter of fact, he might be here for the next show. Yeah. But he's coming. Don't worry. We ain't giving up on that boy. He got more fire. That's the hottest MC that I know right now.
All you put out is the fire.
Huh?
That's all you put out is fire. Like you said in the Bell Ad interview, if you co-signing your name on it, it's fire. And I like it, dude.
Would you tell him? Would you tell these motherfuckers?
Anything you co-sign is gonna be fire.
Thank you.
That's right.
Where you hitting us from, bro?
I'm from DC.
Oh, shout out to DC. That's what's up. Y'all got that legal weed out there now, huh?
Shouts out to the DMV.
You got the dispensaries out there now.
Whole live thing, I'm in there.
That's what's up. Yo, I appreciate you, bruh.
No problem. Y'all be good.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, that's what's up. Instagram Live. We love y'all. All right, listen, we getting ready to wrap it up. This was another great day. Wait, hang on.
We ain't get Carvina back in.
I know what happened to fucking Sister
Keep
Carvina.
that camera up. You know
The
we don't like
evening
examples.
experience.
Thank you.
No, she's not back. Rock, my middle name. Listen, we're going to do another one another time, y'all. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, we got to get ready to wrap it up. Time is money. Money is time. We appreciate y'all once again for joining us on this IG Live. You will see yourselves on Sunday. Yeah. Keep rocking with us, y'all. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Because this is the #1 Godcast in the motherfucking universe. You heard?
That's right.
And yo, to y'all at home, once again, we thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Yanadameen Godcast.
Wait, I got a quick message.
What's that?
I want to shout out some females. Well, since we were reviewing albums earlier, and we're talking about the gentlemen and the young artists out here with substance, we got to shout out some of these ladies. Shouts out Rhapsody. I mean, she's
Rhapsody.
definitely getting her props out there. But there's a ton of female spitters.
Ninth Wonder.
I got to shout out Lyric Jones. Just dropped a video for Lush Lux Life. Dope. Make sure y'all check that out. Shouts out to Il Camille. Shouts out to Boog Brown. Shouts out to Cyrock. Shouts out to 3D Nati. We got so many dope female spitters out here.
Dope.
Definitely tune in to these ladies and just follow their movements. Y'all want to see more female spitters out there. They out there. Y'all need to go rep them.
By the way, we're also on all your podcasts. We're on iTunes now. We're on Stitcher, SoundCloud, TuneIn. Fuck with us, okay? We doing this all the way live.
Word.
Once again, for Yanadameen Godcast, I am Lord Jamar.
And I am Digga.
Peace. Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. Two fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian peace gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodchi.com. Get yours today.